This one. Bromley, a noted scorer in this league. Right down the middle, they score! Declan Fitzpatrick! As the shooting Eagles waste little time kicking the door open. Declan Fitzpatrick, month and a bit removed from the WLA draft that saw his name called. He'll get that one to go right down the middle. As the big lefty wasting little time, already 1-0 for the shooting Eagles. And again, the Blackfish are the team awaiting their opponent. Kyle Brunch started the season with the Warriors. Now has been spending a lot of time with the Grizzlies. Connor White feeds this one to the right side. Comes back up to Sakani Baker. Led his team in points this season. Brunch looking for the elevator shot, missed the right side. Loose ball, scoop free. Brunch to the right side of the zone. Bouquet watching, gets the save. As they try and scoop up the loose ball, Reese Young battling in behind the cage. As Kyle Brunch still trying to keep things alive. They're going to call the shot clock violation as the shot clock had reset. And Reese Young will bring it down the near side. Sakani Baker on the back check, nearly knocking it away. Bromley up to the near side, 13:35 left to go. Jake Young goes across, Yingling shoots and labeled that one off of the back wall. That one actually bobbled around in the air conditioning units, then comes down for a souvenir. Ben Musso takes a little bit of a hustle up the center, gets across the timeline, leaves for Drew Kask. Drew Kask, near wing side, cuts hard towards the goal, runs into a couple of bodies. Kask holds, Bouquet watching as he comes out of the cage and levies the stick check, knocking the ball free, bounces off of the window and picked up by the Eagles. Shooting Eagles, near side, curls around, Milne finds his man as Garrett Winter surveys the floor. Has Dylan Lacroix, Cody Adamson, as well on the far side, Patrick Corbett. Dylan Lacroix, Adamson releases, Lacroix goes over to Corbett. Corbett in behind the goal for Winter. Winter faked, tried to tuck, and that one stopped by Wandler. Fresh 30 as Corbett picks up the loose ball, gets it back to Adamson. Corbett heads off on the change, will be replaced by Yingling. Cody Adamson feeds back to Mark Yingling. Yingling steps into it, puts it off of the shoulders of Wandler. Loose ball though goes to the captain. Sustained offensive pressure, the key right now. Adamson forced down by Aaron Sky. One of the most smothering defenders in this league. 20 seconds on the shot clock though. Feels like an eternity. Lacroix puts it off of the post. He had the chance cutting off of the near side wing. Oh, so close. Numbers out the other way. Quinn with Aiden Baker. They score! Tied up at 1 as the Grizzlies ring the doorbell on the other end. Aiden Baker and Ethan Quinn get out together in transition. And they'll strike some pay dirt. That high-low shot gets through Bouquet. And the game is tied up at 1. As coming off of the face-off draw, Bell gonna dig in. One back by the Eagles as they come up towards the timeline, and they'll run it to the near side wing. Pull it up at the stop, Porter. Forced back by Musso. Porter checking the shoulder, feeds it up the far wing. Here's Mark Yingling. Margitson watching him. Nash Moog directing traffic in the middle. Spencer Bromley. Stutter steps. Feeds Cody Adamson. Adamson, Yingling setting screens. Shoulders into Margitson. Feeds it. Picked off by Garrett Lewis. Lewis, the pass intended for Musso. He'll come up the near side wing. Under 11.5 left to go. Spencer Bromley staying out briefly defensively and knocks the stick out with a stick check. He comes away with the ball himself. How he got that out of a rotating stick, I'll have no idea. What a stick check. Comes back the near side. Dylan Lacroix, Bromley, defense leading to offense here. Lacroix curling, takes the shot. Wandler the save. Back to the near wing. Bromley off of the loose ball. Give and go with Lacroix to set things up again. Spencer Bromley fakes. Uses the shoulder as he pearls back around, goes back down low. Lacroix can't get it, and Bromley knocks it loose. Doucette, though, still able to power ahead and get it into his stick as he'll head up over center. Dylan Doucette has Brian Smith with him. Watched up high. Still man-to-man coverage there as Smith trying to spin off of the check, comes back up to Drew Kask. Kask, right wing side now. Trying to power through. Willis sends it back over to Kask. Willis cutting in. They'll take the long ball by Smith as they just leave the ball there for the Shooting Eagles. Still a 1-1 game here. A couple of offensive forays for both teams. They're finding ways to keep their possessions and to heat things up here in the early going. Fitzpatrick, the opening goal scorer this game. Yingling finds a lane, drives hard, stopped by Wandler. It's Garrett Lewis on top of him, another one stopped. Jake Young has it, feeds it to the near side as a cross-check by Lewis, sends him into the boards. Winter spins, gets around Marginson, cutting in, goes airborne, puts it over top of the goal. They'll say he stepped in as Lewis will feed it ahead. Nash Moog now, near wing side, feeds it back into the stick of Kyle Brunch. Brunch, one man to beat, cuts to the center, keeps, takes, puts it wide of the goal. Bouquet reaches the stick out, can't track it down. Kyle Brunch has his own loose ball, has a lane, now they check him, swings it off of Bouquet. Has a loose ball. Andrew Joseph making an appearance on the offensive side there as well. Shooting Eagles, Fitzgerald will take it up the floor. As Fitzgerald leaves it back, 9:16 left to go. Spencer Bromley into the offensive side. Cody Adamson on the far wing. Bromley cutting up towards the top of the point, feeds it across. Yingling loads, Doucette watches. Bromley has a lane, stopped by Wandler. As Wandler gets it out of the equipment, gets it into the stick, and he'll find Jaden LeBurge. As LeBurge will take it up through center, nearly picked off by Bromley. Sneaky, finds his way into those defensive spots. Marginson, or pardon me, should say Dylan McCormick. As they head out into the offensive side of the floor, Musso back to guard. Speed around the outside as Ben Gagnon pivots back around. Delayed penalty coming here. Bouquet makes his way over towards the bench. Near side, Lacroix forced back around to behind the goal. Finds Cody Adamson. Here comes the extra attacker. 8.5 left to go. 6-on-5 delayed penalty coming to the Grizzlies. Fitzpatrick goes back over to Winter. Winter cuts to the center. Just missed the top corner. As the shot clock will expire. Oh no, and Garrett Lewis took a man down in the middle, and that knee does not look healthy right now. Oh my goodness. Oh no, the training staff out to work, trying to see who that number was in the middle. And I'm sure we might have it on camera. I want to see it one time and one time only because I don't want to show that a lot, but I do want to see the hit if we can that resulted there. As Garrett Lewis, that was very late after the whistle. No idea what he was thinking there. As the officials, the training staff having a quick word with Young. He's back up to a vertical base and being helped off. They might have been able to pop his knee back in. That did not look comfortable. I would imagine that Lewis right now only with a 2-minute minor. It's a 1-1 your score still. And I'm guessing that we never found it. As we'll get play going once again. So right now, again, that was after the delayed penalty. So in essence, a 5-on-3. Comes back up to Bromley, so they'll leave one man back at center. Lacroix turns, fires, scores! Quick draw on the offense. As the 5-on-3 converts, make it a 2-1 game for the Shooting Eagles, and they'll stick out with some power play time. Dylan Lacroix gets himself a nice foothold on the near side. They elected to watch Bromley. Lacroix just gets in front, and Nash Moog unable to cut across in time. So 2-1 for the Shooting Eagles as Garrett Lewis remains in the box for 1:49. Aaron Sky calling out something for Nash Moog as he'll find his defensive assignment. Now we go 5-on-4 for another 1:40. Winter down low to Yingling to Cody Adamson. as it'll be back up to Winter. As this one, Wadler lunges out. It goes right over to Dylan Lacroix, though. Here's Bromley. Bromley takes the shot, steered aside, as Baker trying to track down the loose ball. Ethan Quinn comes away with it. They're short-handed, but heading out the other way. 3-on-1, the numbers here. Another defender coming in. Nash Muga, cross, cut off towards the front of the goal. And the loose ball carried away by the Shooting Eagles. As they make their way up the floor, Reese Blake will divert for Spencer Bromley. 7:15 left to go. Now up to Lacroix on the near side corner. Back to Bromley. As Winter joins the fray, he'll quarterback up at the top of the zone. Winter with Adamson. They go back and forth as Bromley cuts through to set a screen. Low shot blocked by Marginson. Loose ball. Yingling can't find it. Now he gets it into his stick, but the shot clock expires. As that will take us to the officials' timeout with play. Grizzlies do start with possession, though. So they'll have the 30 to kill off of the clock. Kyle Brunch will start with it. Isaac Richmond guarding him. Brunch fakes. Still holds just in front of the benches. Swims through. Plays it across to Sakani Baker. Sakani Baker accelerates towards the center. Pulls it back out. Leaves it for Brunch. Tried to corral it off of the boards. Baker with a check and comes away with the ball. Baker taken down. Still held it. Now Isaac Richmond will take control. Sakani Baker going to stay back on defense. Comes across the zone. Yingling right down the middle, and that one deflected wide. Richmond throws it. Yingling takes. Wadler gets the save as that one comes out into the timekeeper's area. Our statisticians. 6:12 left to go. Shooting Eagles going to earn themselves the possession as that one going out of play off of Wadler. Another shot from distance. Stop to the near side. Here's Bromley. As Bromley feeds it in front. Behind the back shot, he scores! Mark Yingling receives that one right in the middle. And that thing barely lasted a second in his stick. Mark Yingling. You'll see here Spencer Bromley finds him in the middle, and then that quick behind the back shot. Coming across the zone in motion, Mark Yingling. Saving his best for the postseason. 3-1 your score. As the Shooting Eagles, if they're feeling their offense at that level, watch out. As Brunch took the hack. Down, Reese Blake working him against the boards, gets back up, fakes the pass, Brunch still with it, in front, Cask takes a shot across his body, Bouquet with the stop. As Reese Blake up through the middle, finds his man across center. Patrick Corbett gonna make another offensive appearance. Declan Fitzpatrick out on the floor as well. Jaden LeBurge guarding him. Fitzpatrick will set up inside, Lacroix curling, that shot blocked. Cody Adamson couldn't corral the loose ball. Tried to chop it away from Ben Musso. He'll accelerate up the floor. LeBurge has Doucette with him. Musso's the trailer. Musso pulled it through. Couldn't find a lane to shoot. Pivots. As the coaching staff, you can hear him tell him to slow things down here. No hurry for the Grizzlies. Still lots of time. Doucette down the middle. One hopper stopped by Bouquet. And loose ball heading out the other way. Accelerating to the near wing. Under 5 to go. Throws it ahead, Bromley in front. Another spinning shot for Yingling, and he'll be denied by Wadler. One behind the back shot. How about another spin shot as Lewis taken down? As the possession gonna go to the Shooting Eagles here. 4:39 left to go in the first. It's a frantic pace to kick off the second semifinal. Corbett looking across the floor for Fitzpatrick. Now for Bromley. Popped out of his stick. Calmly though. Tuck it pass. Fitzpatrick stopped by Wadler. Little pocket pass there, was able to get the opportunity towards the front of the goal as Aiden Baker's away. Andrew Joseph, Sakani Baker, Dylan McCormick, and Brian Smith. As Sakani Baker still with it near wing. Cradles towards the front of the goal, gets around the first man towards the middle. Swing shot stopped, and Bouquet able to hold on. Sakani Baker so powerful with those initial steps. He's able to break around a lot of defenders using it. 3:52 Up to the far side corner. Mark Yingling, Aaron Sky guarding him. Pocket pass in the middle, missed Garrett Winter. Ball's loose to the near side. Ben Musso charging down the floor as Dylan Doucette now will get it into his stick. He'll get it across the timeline. 25 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Drew Kask. Kyle Brunch. Pearson Willis also setting up on the far side. Connor White's out as well. Willis across. Here's Brunch again. Shoots through the defense. He scores! 3:19 left, and the Grizzlies draw back within one. Kyle Brunch will find it through the defensive pile. Through the defense he goes. And a lot of screens being set in front, a lot of traffic for Bouquet to watch through as the Grizzlies find themselves another one here. 3-2 your score. Patrick Corbett will come away with it off the draw. He'll try and work it to the near side. Watched closely by Musso. Ends up back for Porter. Little pocket pass for Spencer Bromley. Bromley, pressure being called for on Nash Moog as they work high in the zone. Here's a cut by Yingling across. Waved off. He stepped inside. As Mark Yingling has been in attack mode all afternoon. Nash Moog settles it down for Sakani Baker. He'll head off on the change as Baker pivots onto his offhand. Ducks through towards the front of the goal, and the stick got caught up underneath him. Unable to try and pull that one in front to try and tuck it for the opposite post. We've seen that move multiple times this year. Here's Dylan Lacroix. Has Fitzpatrick, he'll just cut to the front of the net himself. Lacroix score! No, they'll say he stepped in. Twice now. Yingling and Lacroix. The toes just getting across that crease. 2:17 left. Brunch working on the near side, trying to find Kask, and held up, wasn't able to get the shot away. Kask to the other side. Willis puts it wide. Rebound. Bouquet gets the save. As Bouquet just able to throw the stick back out in the middle. Corbett thought about it from distance, tried to get around the man. Takes the shot wide of the goal. Loose ball going to go to Lewis. Bumped. Corbett can't knock it away as Lewis goes to Moog. Screen set. Moog lets it fly. Bouquet gets the stop. 1:42 now. And Alex Bouquet playing for the Saskatchewan Rush last season in the NLL. Veteran of multiple NLL teams. Had a stint with the Colorado Mammoth as well. Vancouver Warriors. Fitzpatrick, high-low shot, stopped by Wandler. Doucette looking out the other way. Fitzpatrick trying to get back on defense, gets helped out by the fact Musso had trouble with the pass and dumps Fitzpatrick as he caught up on top of him as he stopped, and then there's a rip. As Ben Gagnon getting involved physically. Winter out the other way, stepped inside as he tried to get the shot away. And we're going to get a holding call. As we'll see Ben Musso come into the box. Again, there was a grab as well on the other way by Ben Gagnon that is not going to get called. We saw a similar situation like that in the last semifinal game where we saw Koli Shikawa put one of the Blackfish in a headlock, and the Blackfish that was in the headlock got the penalty. Far side. They'll work it around. Yingling going to be at the far goal line area. With how explosive he's been on the attack, watch out for him. Adamson as Yingling cuts towards the middle. Adamson, double screen play, feeds it. Lacroix tried to tuck it, and he scores! That one just sneaks inside the far post. And Dylan Lacroix, another power play goal for the Shooting Eagles. Dylan Lacroix will find another one here this afternoon. Cody Adamson found him, and that one gonna get just inside the post. 47 seconds left to go. It's a 4-2 advantage. Off of the draw, one back by Johnson. Reese Blake hard charging on the far wing. Blake cuts around to the outside, and he'll feed it back up as Isaac Richmond. Him and Blake will head off on the change. Shooting Eagles get their last offensive players out onto the floor here. Last man to join in is Bromley. Winter on Baker, cuts through as Adamson, unable to pull the trigger, was just forced out. He'll leave it on a roller. Now here's LeBurge. 20 seconds left. No shot clock to worry about here. Wandler to the bench at 6 on 5. 13 seconds. Baker sets up on the far side. Brunch gonna find Connor White. Back over, Brunch faked, pulled it back, put it wide of the goal. 3 seconds left as that one had to play back in. 2 seconds, won't let it go in time as Porter rang it off of the crossbar. If he would have let that go as soon as it was in his stick, it might have had a case for getting across the goal line. We'll finish the first 15 with a score of 4-2. In favor of the Shooting Eagles. Dylan Lacroix with 2, and then Mark Yingling and Declan Fitzpatrick with the other. And it's Aiden Baker and Kyle Brunch coming away with the goals. As Nash Muhu quickly off of the draw and down into the offensive zone. He'll leave a one-hopper pass for Sakani Baker. As we're back and ready to go. Far side, Sakani Baker has Corbett to beat. Tried to explode towards the front of the goal. Turned aside. Kask coming through the defense, right into a couple of sticks. Here's Brunch, 4 seconds on the clock. Shot off of Bouquet's shoulder. Far wall, reset of the 30. Here's Kask in front, Bouquet the save. There's Brunch with the loose ball. As the Grizzlies, they can get past the defense, but then they have to get past Bouquet. Brunch cuts around. Feeds it back to Aiden Baker on the near side, making an offensive appearance. Willis over, Baker mishandled the pass, gets it off of the wall. Sakani Baker in on Nielsen, spin move. Goes back onto his strong side, tried to find a shooting lane. Bouquet fights that one off and scoops up the loose ball. Bouquet sends an arcing pass for Bromley. Bromley cutting in, stopped by Wandler. Loose ball. Who's gonna come away with it? Adamson venturing for it. Margitson's in there as well, as is Corbett. Taken down to the near side wall. Bodies flying everywhere as they're leapfrogging each other, coming away with this one. Cody Adamson, he'll finally come away with it. Fresh 30. Runs right over Musso, across. Bromley scores! Cody Adamson with the get out of my way. Feeds it over to Bromley, and he'll find the back of the goal. As Cody Adamson goes physical on that play, gets Musso out of the way, finds Bromley, and Bromley finds the back of the goal. There's more than one way to get through a defense, and Cody Adamson is proof of that there. 5-2. As the Shooting Eagles, they found their early offensive advantage, and they're going to keep trying to push. Back across to Isaac Richmond. He'll come back down the near side wing. Studying the defense. They'll work it around the outside, right wing side for Fitzpatrick. Guarded by Lewis. Fitzpatrick keeps the toes outside. In behind the goal now. Now for Richmond. Stutter step move. Try to pull it back one-handed. And he'll step in. As the possession coming for the Grizzlies here. As the Grizzlies, Nash Moog took that one possibly south of the border. Stays with it. Ethan Quinn's stick explodes. He'll head off on a change. Smith cutting across. Got to be careful with that errant stick out there. Somebody's going to roll an ankle. Brunch backing in. Gagnon setting him out. Willis takes a shot. He scores! Pearson Willis. A little bit of a snipe from distance. Brings his team back within 2. Pearson Willis found some big goals all season long, and they're going to need those this afternoon. Gets it past Bouquet, just outside of the dotted area. And it's goals like that that are going to keep them within shouting distance. They're going to need to score on all levels here in the semifinals. Johnson trying to win it ahead. Dylan Doucette digging. Blake pushes him out of the way as Corbett scoops it ahead for Nielsen. Corbett keeps now, finds Adamson. Musso checking on Adamson as he pulls it back around to the point. 18 on the shot clock. Bromley as Lacroix around the screen, takes the shot. It's blocked. The defense recovering in time. Adamson down the wall. 12:06 left to go. Adamson. Now Bromley just scooped that one up towards the goal as the shot clock was winding down. Nothing ventured, nothing gained as the Grizzlies now get the offensive possession. Into the offensive territory they go. Trying to find it through the pile. Here's Baker up high in the zone for Andrew Joseph. Across. Here's the shot by Brunch wide of the goal. As Connor White. Penalty going to be called here on Gagnon as a cross-check. Connor White taking more than his fair share there as Gagnon got away with one earlier. He will not be so lucky the second time around. 11:35 and a power play of importance here for the Grizzlies. Willis, White, Brunch, Baker, and Kask. So 2 lefties, 3 righties. As they work their way around the outside. Baker to Brunch, Corbett and Blake defending up high. Almost knocked out of the stick. Here's Willis, stopped by Bouquet. Held the man up on the near side, picked up by Corbett. As they'll try and kill some time in the offensive zone here. Corbett slows things down. Feeds it across to Mark Yingling. Mark Yingling cutting down the near side. Gets around the back screen, Yingling. The defense recovers, diving play, stopped by Wandler. Wandler getting there and making a big stop when it matters most. 1:13 left to go on the power play. Shooting Eagles defending the 2-goal lead. Connor White. Cass going to be the quarterback. Willis through the middle. Baker swings wide of the goal. Loose ball goes to Richmond. Swims through. Earns himself a little bit of open floor. Has a possible 2-on-1. Richmond cutting in, shorthanded across. Unable to get the trigger to pull. As that one goes wide of the intended target. 45 seconds. Up through center. Finds the far side of the floor with Sakani Baker. Back up high. Brunch. As the Grizzlies looking to probe the offense here. Johnson forcing him to the outside. Here's Connor White. Takes the shot, deflected off a body partway through Main Street. And that one will deflect onto the Shooting Eagles bench as the Grizzlies. Ball's going to be passed in on the far side as the officials, Braden Wilkins, Tim Carlton, and Riley Lowe, wearing the stripes this afternoon. Across, Garrett Winter. They can kill off the rest of it here as they've got 19 on the shot clock, 12 on the penalty. Ben Gagnon is up in the box. Full house here at the field house. Powering around from him behind the goal, couldn't turn the shoulder. Adamson, low shot, it gets through! Cody Adamson! Right as the penalty was expiring, Adamson gets himself set up in the high slot, turn, fired down low, and it squeaks through Wandler. Cody Adamson using the body positioning, finds that one through the 5-hole, and Captain Cody feeling it right now. 9:34, 3-goal advantage, procedure called there as Sakani Baker will grab for the Grizz. Missed the pass, and now the Shooting Eagles. Numbers the other way, Bromley out of the offensive gate and on goal, stopped by Wandler. Now here come the Grizzlies with momentum. No, as Sakani Baker forced to retreat and grab that one, he'll go ahead for Smith. Watch behind you as Porter right there. Smith across the zone, Kyle Brunch on the far side. Blake gets the screen. Here's Brunch, back up high. Baker trying to get around Young. Low shot goes off of the post. As the Grizzlies, much like the Sea Spray in our earlier game, finding their offense, but it can't beat the post. There's been a couple of those so far. Far side again, Brunch. Screenplay set, pulls it down, can't pull it through the defense though. Brunch in the middle, wide of the goal. Reese Blake gets the loose ball, out he goes the other way. Again, the second quarter, lots of those counterattack plays due to the long changes at the bench. Blake Leaves it for Yingling. Yingling will come down the near side. As they set up once again in the middle, they score! The passing continues to be perfect for the Shooting Eagles. They're finding players in open floor. 7-3 now. As the Shooting Eagles exploiting the gaps in the defense of the Grizzlies right now. See if we get a replay of that last goal. As 8:20 left to go, they'll drive their advantage to 4. As off of the drop, scooped up. Solid check there, took Johnson down. As Corbett. Dylan Lacroix is going to get credit with a goal. So Lacroix, hat-trick goal. As Yingling feeds it back across. Fitzpatrick stopped by Wandler. Stepped inside anyways, but Braden Wandler, he's not quitting. Despite the offensive onslaught here through a quarter and a half. Lots of cutters coming from the far wing. Grizzlies shaking it up here. Joseph popped back towards the front of the goal. He was all alone. Fitzgerald's going to be in there right beside Bouquet. And behind the goal, Bouquet watching the corners. Back up front, Brunch, down low, Bouquet the save. Loose ball, scooped away. As Fitzgerald trying to scoop this one up. Going to be called for going through the crease. And that will take us to the officials' timeout with 7:26. 7-6 advantage in the second quarter so far. Still got 7:26 left to go in the second. Coming up, the next big stoppage, of course, will be halftime. This one coming back up. Winter curling around, finds him on the far side. Spencer Bromley back across again. Winter taken down in the middle was Adamson. He'll be called for going through the crease. Bromley lets a blast go. Yingling the rebound. Wandler swats it aside. Another loose ball. Lacroix steps into it. Wandler diving through to get the stop. Wandler doing everything in his power right now to give his team a chance. Marginson up through center. Goes to Musso on the far side. No numbers anymore as the defense unable to get to the bench in time for the change. 6:45 now. As they wait, setting a screen plays. Ball still with Willis on the near side. Now goes over to Baker. Kyle Brunch as Smith forced to the near wing. Brunch takes the sharp angle shot to try and get the reset. Drew Kask going to be able to knock it down. Fresh 30. Brunch in tight with Baker. Bouquet watching him like a hawk. Baker around the screen. Bouquet the save. Gagnon, can he knock it free? Nielsen pokes it ahead for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald putting on the afterburners. Here he goes out the other way. Fitzgerald still holds as he feeds it back across to Bromley. 6 minutes left to go here. Back up high. Yingling into the near side. Dozen seconds on the clock. Cody Adamson across. As they curl up high in the zone, takes a shot around the defense. Wandler will find it and gobble up the loose ball. Throws it ahead, up through center we go. Hard charging numbers for the Grizzlies. Loads, fires, Bouquet the stop. Steers it to the far wing. Richmond chops it away from Baker. And a big check against the wall. As Richmond comes up hot. And Ethan Quinn is going to be heading to the box there. The officials quickly with the arm up. Richmond looks to be all right. Still having a look though. As the referee is going to have a quick discussion about it. 5:30 left to go. That could be a game changer depending on. That's going to be a boarding call. 5-minute major for boarding to Ethan Quinn. As Isaac Richmond, that was a heavy check against the wall. He was up and hot real fast. 5-minute major. The Shooting Eagles here can score twice and really widen the gap. Back up to Winter. Cody Adamson curls up high, replaces him up top. Adamson gets the pass back. Screen from Winter. Adamson scores! Cody Adamson from distance. A couple of screen plays given the power play goal. 8-3 as the captain tallies once again Adamson facilitating, he'll get it back, and then there's that little screen by Winter. It opens up enough of a gap for Adamson to shoot around Lewis and get it past Wandler. Off of the face-off, 5:05 in an 8-3 game. As the Shooting Eagles, they know who their opponent will be on Wednesday if they can hold on. Winter lets a blast go, he scores! Back-to-back short order power play goals for the Shooting Eagles, and they lead 9-3. As Garrett Winter, the latest to tally. Similar spot, you see there that little screen play by Adamson, same spot that Winter set a screen for the captain. And they get it to go. It's a 6-goal lead with 4:53 left to go in the second. Taken down, delayed penalty coming here against the Grizzlies as the frustration starting to boil over. Bouquet's heading to the bench, so the extra attacker going to make their way out on the floor. Back across to the right wing side, 4:33 left. Here's Yingling, stumbles and falls, tried the one-handed pass. And that one going to be touched up on by Ben Musso, so a cross-checking call going to come here. As Ethan Quinn still going to have to serve the rest of his 5-minute major, so he'll stay in the box, and Aiden Baker is going to join him. As the Grizzlies fans were letting the officials hear it there. That's going to do it for now for Braden Wandler, as Ryder Bremner stepping into this game. And again, a bit of a puzzling look for the Grizzlies, as again, Wandler had some good starts during the regular season, but I'm surprised that we have not seen Kyle Mooney at all. He was here in warm-ups, fully dressed, but in this game, we get Bremner and Wandler. We'll see if that decision comes back to haunt the coaches of the Grizzlies. So another power play here. Winter comes in, and Bremner are going to turn him aside. Out the other way, Nash Moog holds, and he'll take it around to the far side. Adamson able to get back in time to watch. As Nash Moog circle tour of the offensive zone, they'll send the last man back over to the bench. As Porter watching Brunch closely. 1:19 left to go on the power play. Quick shot, a reset for Nash Moog as he took the shot and got his own rebound. Lots of time left to kill here. So they'll send Spencer Bromley out into the offensive zone as Garrett Lewis watches him. Under a minute to go on the power play. As the Grizzlies still shorthanded, they're 3-on-4 in the offensive zone here. They've got one man back to watch Bromley. Brunch curls it back out. 2 seconds, trying to find a lane, takes it wide of the goal. And the Shooting Eagles still have 44 seconds on the power play. Bremner getting set. As Adamson stalks up the near side wing. Leaves this one back for Winter. Winter will get it back. They're just going to move it around the top of the zone. Here comes that screen play again. Adamson in. Yingling blocked and wide of the goal. Put it off of the stick of the defense. As the Grizzlies are going to earn possession here, they'll have to quickly get back on defense. As Doucette scoops it up from the near side. Gagnon watching him. And still no Jake Young in this game. Left injured. Back in the first. Andrew Joseph guarded there on the far side by Heinsohn. Heinsohn forcing Joseph to the outside. We're back 5 aside as Baker comes out of the box. McCormick in behind the goal. Far side, Baker. Joseph sets a screen. Sakani Baker fakes. This lets the ball go as they ran out of time. Corbett scoops it up and heads the other way. Aiden Baker shepherding him to the outside. Corbett trying to find position. Scoop pass back, picked off. Here's a hard charging Grizzly the other way. Then Musso with speed. Musso cutting in, stopped by Bouquet, loose ball. Picked up by Adamson, and he'll quickly throw that one up the floor. Nielsen across the timeline. Under 2 to go here in the second. Grizzlies gonna need to find their offense and find it in a hurry. As a long shot going to be blocked there. One of the Shooting Eagles taken down in front. It was Corbett. As Lewis accelerates down the near wing. Has Brunch open on the far side. Lewis looking for Baker. That one deflected by Kask. As a diving play by Reese Blake opens it up for Porter. Cutting it on goal. Porter scores! Doug Porter. Kudos to Reese Blake for that diving play to open up the opportunity. And Porter takes it the other way and makes no mistake. Doug Porter makes it double digits for the Shooting Eagles. Waits and then finds that top left corner. As the Shooting Eagles getting it done at all levels here. 120. As Johnson works hard to get that one free for Gagnon. Sends it across to Nielsen. Nielsen leaves for Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick stumbles, stays up though, as Adamson will pull it across the zone. Isaac Richmond out of the near side wing. Last minute here in the second. Richmond tries from distance as Fitzpatrick scoops it up. Keeps the possession alive for the Shooting Eagles here. Bromley leaves for Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick high stepping around the defense. Gets inside, takes the shot, and loose ball goes to Bromley. Back pass in behind the goal, cuts in front, swings. Bremner able to collapse on it. And a holding call gonna come here against the Grizzlies. So another power play for the Shooting Eagles. As coming to the box gonna be Nathan Bell for a couple of minutes. If the Shooting Eagles can score, 11-3 will be the line. And if they don't, about a minute and a half is going to carry over to start the third. Winter. He'll keep it up at the center point area. He has Adamson and Bromley to his wings, and then down low, looking like Laquan Yingling. Garrett Winter. 13 on the shot clock. Around the zone they go. 8 seconds now. Screen plays coming. Adamson behind the goal, missed the mark. Bromley stopped by Bremner. Another one wide of the goal. 5 seconds remain. They'll just leave that one roll towards the half line. And Winter scooped up. Moog, long range shot. Stopped by Bouquet. Against Tyson Johnson to take the opening draw. Bromley and Aiden Baker line up against each other on the near side. As Bromley gets the opening possession. Here we go. 7-goal lead for the Shooting Eagles, the defending champions. Trying to get back to the mountaintop once again. Bromley to Lacroix. The power play been very successful for the Eagles so far. Adamson, back screen play, comes over to Bromley, now over to Winter, behind the back pass, Lacroix in front. One-timer gonna go off the floor and up out of play. So possession going to the Grizzlies, as great ball movement there. Turned into a lot of opportunities. Sky gonna head back to watch Dylan Lacroix, who's gonna set up shop in the near side corner. 40 seconds left in the power play. Ryan Smith watching as Ben Gagnon all over him. Fake play. Brian Smith will take it to the opposite wing. Smith gets a bit of a lane, takes a shot. Bouquet the save. And Reese Blake picks up the loose ball. Ahead as Gagnon brings it to Dylan Lacroix. 17 seconds remain on the power play. Lacroix looking for the back gate one-timer as Yingling taken down to the near side. I think they'll say he was going through the crease as Aaron Sky throws it ahead. 7 seconds remain until the Grizzlies are back 5 aside. So Aiden Baker brings it into the offensive zone. Nathan Bell is free. He'll head straight back over to the bench. Kyle Brunch. Nice quick pivot move. Finds Joseph the trailer. Didn't pull the trigger on the shot. Joseph as Brunch cuts his way through. Diving play. He scores. Kyle Brunch slicing and dicing his way to the front of the goal and tucks it in on the Superman dive. Grizzlies back within 6. It's Kyle Brunch and Sakani Baker have been trying to ignite their offense so far this afternoon. Bouquet, the diving effort, unable to keep it out. As Kyle Brunch, that is just what the doctor ordered for these Grizzlies. Tyson Johnson wins that face-off draw. Actually, procedure going to be called. So 10-4. The Grizzlies, can they heat up offensively here in the second half? We've seen them do it. We've seen them come from behind multiple times this season. They've had so many close games. Be it win or lose, this team knows how to compete with the best of them. Connor White taking the ball around the outside, takes the spike shot off of the floor, up out of play, a souvenir for the fans. 6-goal hole to try and dig themselves out of, do the Grizzlies have in front of them. LeBurge setting up in the middle as Fitzpatrick stalks in the near wing, finds Bromley cutting in off of the point. Cody Adamson shoots, deflected by Lewis, goes to Lacroix. Lacroix, far side, Adamson around Lewis, stopped by Bremner. Steered to the far wall as Lewis scoops it up. Adamson can't knock it away as Garrett Lewis gets it across to Musso. Then Musso. Bromley watching him, just left it behind for Kyle Brunch. 18 on the shot clock again. Still a 6-goal lead for the Eagles right now. Milne trying to defend. That ball comes free, loose to the right corner. Back and behind the goal. Brian Smith got it. Curls around the screen. Finds it with Brunch. Brunch diving. Bouquet keeps the arms out and stops that dump play. Hard charging the other way. As they just pull up on the near side. Heinsohn finds Lacroix. Eden Baker watching Mark Yingling on the far side. Ethan Quinn guarding on Lacroix. Spins. Curls it back out towards the point. Here's Bromley. Thought about it from distance, just leaves for Yingling. Back across, Dylan Lacroix. Declan Fitzpatrick. Backing in, spin move. Fitzpatrick put it off of the post. Lacroix stopped by Bremner. Couple of big plays there. The post gets one, Bremner gets the other as Baker goes between his legs to corral that loose ball. And he'll get across the timeline to the near side, but can't get past Bromley. Brunch unable to scoop up the loose ball. Richmond looking ahead, finds it for Corbett. Corbett goes across the zone to Adamson. Back to Richmond. Richmond takes a blast, and that one knocked the stick out of Drew Kask's hands. Far side, Adamson. As Adamson, Margitson attacking, forcing him to the near side. One hopper, Richmond goes off on the change. Bromley through traffic, stick saved by Bremner. Lewis picks it up. He'll head the other way. Corbett watching him, back checking hard. Lewis cuts to the middle, has a lane, feeds it down low across. One-timer, stopped by Bouquet! That's the difference right there as Reese Blake cuts up the middle. The Shooting Eagles up big, and it could be a much closer game right now if not for the netminder at the other end. Lacroix forced to the outside by Musso. Goes over to Yingling. Sky jumps up to guard him. Screen play. Yingling stopped by Bremner. And that one up and out of play off of the far side. As Cody Adamson and Dylan Doucette. Far side, Moog and Winter jousting. Fitzpatrick curls. Sky gets him. Tagged by Moog as well. Fitzpatrick still holds. Explodes around his man, takes the shot into Quinn as Cody Adamson trying to knock the ball loose. Spinning play up through the middle. Dylan Lacroix gets it. He'll pivot away from Nash Moog. Up the near side wing as Lacroix. He'll get settled, cuts in, takes the shot. Bremner, he'll grab that one in between the legs. As Bremner a little bit slow to get up there after making that save. Might have taken that shot in a spot where there's a little bit less padding. So the official gonna signal if the trainer wants to come and have a word with Bremner. So Bremner gonna have a quick chat with the official. And I'm thinking with the discussion that he's had with the official, I think he indeed might have taken that one south of the border. Happens to the best of us. But he's just going to walk it off and head back into the cage. So we'll see come the next opportunity against him how he moves. Back across to Brunch, righty shooter spot. Richmond heavily out to check. Brunch gets free at the left point. Brunch back across. Brian Smith from distance. Bouquet slides the legs out to kick out the loose ball. Fitzgerald coming up the middle. 9 minutes left to go here in the third. Fitzgerald scoops that one up for Bromley. Baker, Lewis, LaBerge, Bell, and Moog defending. Far side right in front, stopped by Bremner. Adamson trying to cut across, and Bremner can't get there in time. As Fitzpatrick chucked the stick of Moog away, as the two of them came together after the play was done. And the two of them are going to be heading to the box. As Bremner just about relocated the cage to the next gym over, trying to dive back across. Credit to him there as he tried desperately to make the play. But Adamson was able to tuck that one in, back around and behind. We'll see here off of the rebound as Adamson, quick move, tucks it in the post. And it'll be a hat trick for Captain Cody as you see the stick go flying by there at the end of the replay. As we now have a second shooting eagle in the box. It's Patrick and Moog are in there still chatting. As the official's going to have a quick chat, and Spencer Bromley is the other shooting eagle in the box with Fitzpatrick. So whatever happened with Moog and Fitzpatrick, they get coincidentals, and then Spencer Bromley is the other one, thus a power play for the Grizzlies. So 8:40 left to go as Cody Adamson, the most recent goal scorer. Now the Grizzlies with a chance on the power play, down by 7. We'll see what they can muster here. Kask to Brunch, back up to Kask center point. Pass it down low, Connor White looking for Baker in the middle. Feeds it back across for Brunch, had a bit of trouble with the pass. Good screenplay though, and a delayed penalty coming here as Brunch held up Corbett. And Brunch is unhappy about the call here. He's saying that he was grabbed by Corbett. And so Kyle Brunch still fuming as he makes his way into the box. Brunch gonna have a seat. And there goes the power play for the Grizzlies, as they can start to feel a little bit of their opportunity slipping away here. 2 minutes for holding the call against Kyle Brunch. Baker and Winter in the center as they get Yingling free for a shot. That one gonna come out to the statisticians area. Everybody covers up and they're all right. As Gagnon comes back up for Lacroix. Lacroix over to Yingling, up high in the zone. Yingling takes the blast, that one up off of the crossbars. But the cross girder is up in the roof. The rafters sending that one back down to us. Went off of the back bottom side of the wall. That shot missing wide. Here's Sakani Baker. Baker in on Doug Porter, trying to get around the outside. McCormick there to set some screens. Baker back in front. McCormick, can he bring it back in towards the goal? As Reese Blake picks up the loose ball. 7:30. Next stoppage will yield our officials timeout. As Reese Blake heads off on the change. 39 seconds left in 4-on-4. Winter over to Yingling. Doucette and Quinn trading places on the defensive side. Yingling gets a screen from Winter. Winter has been battered and bruised in there all game. Lacroix gets a screen, takes the shot wide of the goal. Loose ball comes back out. He's able to scoop it back towards the goal to stall the forward momentum. Musso leaves that one for Smith. A dozen seconds left before it's a power play for the Shooting Eagles, as Bromley set to come out of the box. Musso can't get around the man, takes the shot from distance. Bouquet will find it, steers it up out of play. And so 1 second remains on Bromley's penalty He'll have to stay in the box for the duration of the end of the play. Brunch still has 30 seconds left. Bromley out of the box, and we go 5-on-4. Power play here for the Shooting Eagles. Winter to Bromley. They warm it up back and forth up high in the zone. Gonna find a bit of a lane. Shoots through the difference. And Bremner, loose ball. Mark Yingling. That one pinballs around in the back glass, out of play. He's able to find the loose ball, but unable to take control as he tried to bring it back up to the vertical base. Baker around the outside of Richmond. Threw that one up for Sakani Baker. As coming out of the box, Kyle Brunch. Free and clear. We're back 5 aside as Fitzpatrick and Moog serve their coincidentals. Brunch charging towards the front of the goal, puts it wide. Loose ball, Fitzgerald, can he wrestle it? He does. As Fitzgerald has numbers, gets it in behind and just misses the pass to Yingling as Margitson throws this one up to Baker. Baker cradling at the timeline. Just rolls that one ahead to Margitson on the left wing. Margitson is Baker trying to work his way up towards the front of the goal. Couple of pushes and shoves. Here's a shot by Willis. Fought off by Bouquet. And he'll throw a strike up the middle for the opposite side. Takes one hop, tippy top of the glass. Here's Corbett, got it. That one was any bit further back. In front, Winter, shoulders, shoots. Remner gets the stop. Tried to lunge out of the loose ball and just missed. Kask. 5:13 left to go. He'll bring it across the timeline again. We're 5 aside here. Sakani Baker feeds it in front. Popped out of the stick of Connor White. Doug Porter battling defensively. Bouquet gets the stop. As that one deflected up out of play and will actually be the Shooting Eagles ball. They'll say that one actually went off the floor in front of him, it looked like. Gagnon. Bell, Doucette, Quinn, Lewis, and Sky defending. Grizzlies trying to avenge their loss last week. Lacroix forced to the outside, gets the little pocket pass to Winter. Winter, heavy shot deflected by Lewis, goes wide of the goal. Nathan Bell spins, trying to get away from Bromley. Keeps possession for the Grizzlies. Doucette cutting in. Numbers with Willis as the trailer. Across, Willis cutting in, stopped by Bouquet. Loose ball goes to Johnson, and he'll find things out the other way for the Shooting Eagles. 4:16 left to go. As they'll leave that one for the near side wing. Gagnon defending in the center. Lacroix spinning on LaBerge. Lacroix to the near side. Loads, doesn't fire. Across, tried the back gate, and that one slipped out of Corbett's stick. As Musso sends that one ahead for Margitson. Under 4 to go. As Margitson controls in the open floor, leaves for Brunch. He'll take it leisurely down the near wing. Baker setting a screen in the middle. He's right on Reese Blake. Brunch, that one. Changed direction and nearly fooled Bouquet. He'll find it with a back pad and kick that one up out of play. As Blake and Baker continue to jostle for position in front. Delayed penalty coming here. And this one gonna go against the Grizzlies as Connor White gonna end up finding himself a cross check with 3:34 left to go. 11-4 your score. Another power play here for the Shooting Eagles as they continually are able to halt the momentum and flex their offensive muscles. We'll see if they can make it an 8-goal lead. Garrett Winter, been a part of this Shooting Eagles team since the opening season. Same with Dylan Lacroix and Mark Yingling. Fitzpatrick's been around as well. Bromley joined last year. Quick shot off of the post. And that one nearly tagging Lacroix upstairs. Lacroix curls, shoots, blocked by Quinn, dumped to the floor by Aaron Sky. They'll say that one was tipped. So they keep possession as they go back to grab it, does Bromley. 1:24 left to go on the power play as they bring it back into the offensive floor. Bromley across to Winter. Aiden Baker tagging him. Ethan Quinn up high on the defense as well. Here's Bromley. Through traffic, he scores! As Aaron Sky coming over with a shove for Spencer Bromley. Power play goal makes it an even dozen. 12-4 now your score. As Spencer Bromley gets a little bit of daylight through the defense, and he'll strike. As some frustration right now, certainly on the side of the Grizzlies. 2:45 left to go. Still lots of lacrosse left to play. And with how many close games the Grizzlies have had this season, you cannot count them out. As 2.5 left to go now. Lost the handle on the possession though, as it'll go to Corbett, who brings it up the near side. As Corbett, the one hopper for Winter. Musso switches onto Winter. Winter looking for the near side. No look pass over to Bromley. Bromley looking across the floor. Cuts to the near wing towards the front of the goal. Bremner gets through. Spencer Bromley completes the hat trick. Gets another quick one. And it's 13-4. As the Grizzlies, things going from bad to worse here. 2:10 left to go. And the Shooting Eagles starting to hit their stride. Looking to try and go on a cruise control for the rest of this one, but now for the Shooting Eagles, their offense has done the damage. They need to play well defensively. Don't give the Grizzlies an opportunity to try and build good things back into their game and work back in this one. As Johnson and Bell locking horns for this one as they dig in. The two of them working hard as Johnson looking up to see who's where. Reese Blake's going to be able to scoop it up. Coming across, a couple of heavy checks there as Reese Blake, 1-on-3. Still able to hold possession here. Blake jumping up, throws it ahead. Porter looking towards the goal. Across, Corbett puts it off the crossbar. As this one, possession going to go back to the Shooting Eagles as it went off of the post. But how about that play by Reese Blake? 3 guys draped over him like a wet blanket. Kept possession alive. Mark Yingling, watched by Moog in the middle. Fitzpatrick, he scores! Declan Fitzpatrick, one hand on the stick. Dunks that one over the shoulders of Bremner, and it's 14-4. As Fitzpatrick has done well for himself this season in an expanded offensive role, and that one fantastic with one hand. 1.5 minutes now left to go in the quarter. 10-goal advantage, the second semifinal. We'll see what it still has left in store for us. Grizzlies still not out of it yet. They're still going to keep competing hard. We've seen that from them ever since their inception 3 years ago. As the Shooting Eagles do set, watching Bromley up high. Bromley curls around. Back over, Yingling shoots around the defense. Bremner covers up. Scoops it up, leaves it for Musso as Sky and Richmond continue to jostle. And unable to get it across the timeline in time. As Fitzpatrick scoops it up, trying to work his way around Musso, he does. Final minute here in the third. Fitzpatrick leaves that one back for Lacroix. Lacroix fakes, Moog still staying with him. Long distance try. Comes back out to him with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Across to Bromley. Here's Fitzpatrick, blocked by Musso. 30 seconds left. And there goes Bremner to the bench. They'll try the extra attacker. One final dish here as Musso goes from distance. And Connor White was calling out to Musso that, hey, we pulled the goalie, we have the extra attacker. All they needed to do was hold possession. Now the Shooting Eagles will get to do just the same. Bouquet makes his way to the bench. 8 seconds on the clock. Lacroix holds possession, feeds to the far side. Winter into the middle, shoots around Baker. Stopped by Bremner. Lewis coming in, and he'll pick up the loose ball as time expires. We'll see if the Shooting Eagles can continue to run up the score as their offensive momentum. This is certainly going to be a catalyst of what they hope to achieve in the championships, trying to defend their title. Far side, Drew Kask. He'll get possession on the far wing, looking to bring it back to the near side for Willis. Willis curls around the outside, finds Drew Kask. Kask, second chance, is able to get the shot to Moog. As out the other way, Porter, Baker on top of him from behind. Porter, good defense by Baker, forcing him to the outside. Doug Porter, with Sakani Baker watching him. Feeds it across the zone. Fitzpatrick stumbles and falls as the ball knocked away. Fitzpatrick coming up a little bit lame there, actually hobbling a little bit, gets the shot. Stopped by Bremner. Might have rolled his ankle there as he'll kind of hobble his way over to the bench. Here's Lewis in transition, finds Smith. Smith takes a quick shot, Bouquet gets the save. As Lewis back up, Sakani Baker. Ryan Smith trying to find some real estate in front, sets an off-ball screen. Far side, Brunch, one man to beat in Young. Brunch drags it through. Back towards Sakani Baker. 10 seconds on the shot clock, wide of the goal. Andrew Joseph picks up the loose ball. He'll take one from distance. Bouquet stirs it aside. Joseph unable to knock that one down. Milne hit it away from him. Here's Heinsohn. Heinsohn pulled up for the pass. Couldn't make it to Bromley. He'll just leave it for Mark Yingling. Mark Yingling, one of those guys. Talk about those day ones for this Arena Lacrosse League West. Yingling takes a shot off the logo. Bremner, and he finds the loose ball, jamming at it, comes away with it, and sees the stretch feed, finds Ben Musso. Musso running up floor, has Ethan Quinn with him, as Reese Blake turns them back the other way. Nielsen watching, as that one will work its way around. Nice pocket pass in for Brunch, puts it off the post. As once again, the Grizzlies find a crack in the defense, but they can't beat the steal. As that one going to be scooped up, a dozen minutes just over remaining here in the fourth. Far side, Kyle Brunch, Corbett, Porter, Fitzgerald, Blake, and Young. As Fitzgerald using his feet to kick that one ahead. Kyle Brunch going to be able to scoop it up at the half line. And they're going to call that over and back. It was kicked by Fitzgerald. And now a penalty going to be called on Brunch. Call it frustration, call it whatever you want. So they called that over and back. That was kicked by Brandon Fitzgerald. So unless they're going to say that Kyle Brunch grabbed it just on the near side of the attack line and then, or the timeline, and then brought it over as he was walking there. But that was cleared by the Shooting Eagles. And then Kyle Brunch, a frustration penalty there, will earn him some time in the penalty box. As 18 seconds on the shot clock, Winter, high-low, puts it wide of the goal. As they look for some opportunities here on the offensive side. That one going to be over and back, so the Grizzlies get possession here. So Isaac Richmond, Heinsohn, Fitzgerald, Milne. As Corbett finishes off the defensive crew. Andrew Joseph. Heinsohn watching Willis in behind the goal. Killing off the penalty here, a minute and a half left to go on it. Joseph pulls it out, finds Baker. As Baker checks the man through, Joseph stutter steps, forced to the outside. Long shot, fought off by Bouquet. Corbett. Couple of hacks from Willis as he makes his way up through the middle. Lots of time to work with. As they'll leave it, Brandon Fitzgerald finds Spencer Bromley. As they'll go back and forth, Bromley quarterbacking up at the center point. 10 seconds on the shot clock, under 11 to go in the game. The defense trying to dig in here. Winter back in front. Bromley stopped by Bremner. Loose ball in the feet of Moog, and they'll come away with it. Back up high to Lacroix. Bromley trading places with Winter. He'll be in that back screen spot. In the middle, Bromley fought off by Bremner as Yingling gathers a loose ball. More offensive zone time here for the Shooting Eagles. Lacroix Over, Yingling curls, up high, takes the shot off of Bremner again. And the defense just unable to track down any of these loose balls here. Lacroix knocked down by Lewis. He'll release for Moog. Tries to get into the stick, he does. Moog around the outside, Nielsen and Winter able to shepherd him to the outside. 10 minutes left in the second semifinal. Aiden Baker forced to the outside. They left one man in on the offense. Out of the box goes Kyle Brunch. Brunch loads, fires over top of the goal. Loose ball, Baker spikes it wide as well. Here's Porter. One man to beat. Gets some help coming out of the gate. He'll just pull it to the outside. 9:35 left to go as you heard Bouquet yelling out, slow. The time is certainly the friend of the Shooting Eagles here. Across the zone, Lacroix, quick shot, Bremner, loose ball, and they'll score! The Shooting Eagles tack on one more, the loose ball cleaned up in front. As it looks like Ben Gagnon going to be the one to come away with goal number 16. As Gagnon picks up the loose ball in front and just deposits it 5-hole. As there doesn't appear to be a lot of momentum left in the sails of the Grizzlies right now, so we will get a goaltending change as Alex Bouquet saying, you don't need me anymore. Pulls himself over to the bench, and Jeffrey is going to come into this game. Colin Jeffrey, number 31. We've seen him play some big games this season. As Johnson off of the face-off draw, Reese Blake will scoop it up. And this is similar to what we saw as Brandon Humphrey did not finish the game for the Blackfish once they had it well in hand. So now Jeffrey is going to finish off this game, and you would imagine we're going to see Bouquet on Wednesday as the long shot fought off by Bremner. Can't get to the loose ball, though, as Quinn and Richmond, never mind, actually Bremner did get to it. He throws it up to Nash Moog. Moog, far side, Sakani Baker cutting in, diving across, and Jeffrey gets the save. First shot he sees is a great diving attempt by Baker, and Jeffrey stands tall. 8:38 as Jake Young, pardon me, Reese Young, I should say, number 7 again. Jake Young was the injured player from early on in this game that left for the Shooting Eagles. So now here's the important part of this game, though, as Isaac Richmond gets called for going through the crease. Here's Garrett Lewis with speed. Skies with him ahead of the play. Lewis feeds it over, cutting through. LeBurge, one hand on the stick, puts it wide. Kyle Brunch gets the loose ball. Back in behind for LeBurge. Jeffrey watching. Comes across. Jeffrey getting square. Willis near side, back screen by White. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Willis in behind the goal. Baker surveys the floor. 3 seconds, back out. Brunch, stopped by Jeffrey. He'll collapse on it with his pad. Fitzgerald, 7:50 left to go here in the fourth. As Fitzgerald pivots back towards the timeline. Winter will relay it down to Lacroix. As Lacroix up at the shooter spot, loads, fires, fought off by Bremner. Loose ball, chopped that, comes back to the netminder, and he'll just ease that one up for his team in front. 7:22 left to go, still have the half-period timeout coming up. Kask takes the shot, fought off by Jeffrey. And again, what did I talk about earlier? How many good goaltenders there are in this league. It doesn't matter for the Shooting Eagles if it's been Harris, Jeffrey, or Bouquet this season. They've gotten quality net minding from all of them. Under 7 to go. Bromley curls around at the point, feeds it to the near wing side. Mark Yingling down low, Smith watching him. One-handed pass, goes over to the far wing, 4 seconds left. Curling to the center blue line, nice chop by Musso. Richmond had that one go. And we are gonna get the officials timeout. Richmond lucky he didn't get called for an unsportsmanlike with how emphatically. coming out of the half-quarter timeout. Grizzlies get the opening possession as Smith and Willis come on the screen plays to trade spots. Drew Cass going to be in the middle. Here's Kyle Brunch. Across to Willis, takes a shot, ripped it off of the post. As Drew Cass will hold on to that one coming out of the heavens. Here's Kyle Brunch. Back over. As Sakani Baker finds Pearson Willis. Nielsen trying to knock the ball away from him. 20 on the shot clock. Smith feeds it over. Brunch loads, pulls it through, fires off the shoulder of Jeffrey, steered to the near wing. Ryan Smith. No reset of the shot clock though. As in front, he'll score! Ryan Smith manages to spike that one home before the knees hit the crease. 5:55 to go, and the Grizzlies have goal number 5. As Brian Smith, he'll take him how he can get him as he's falling down, able to spike that one home. Little fist pump there. Colin Jeffrey, finally one gets past him. As now Reese Blake out and running the other way. Blake shrugs off the check and do set. Beats it back up to Doug Porter. As Blake now going to head off on the change. Thought he might have been staying out offensively, but the coaches call him back. Here's Bromley. Back to Lacroix. Challenged by Nash Moog, comes over. Mark Yingling loads. Deflected wide of the goal, back out. Dylan Lacroix takes one from range. Stopped, rebound. And that one put off of the post as Bremner diving across. One stays out. Spencer Bromley trying to add to the total. LaBerge pushed off of the path. And he's going to be called for going through the crease. So Fitzgerald will come away with this one as a result. The defense recovering just in the nick of time to stop that rush by LaBerge. 5:02 as they send that one ahead. Richmond relays forward. Cutting to the near side. As Dylan Lacroix spaces the floor, comes back to Richmond. Richmond around the defense. Bremner gets the save, up and out of play. As that one right into the penalty box area for our timekeepers. They'll throw that ball into play. And get one right back from the timekeepers. Guess they didn't want the souvenir. As this one back across the zone. And Dylan Lacroix will tag on one more, his 4th of the evening. 17-5 for the Shooting Eagles. As Dylan Lacroix done very well for himself here in the semifinals. Gonna come away with goal number 4. Unless they had changed one of his earlier ones. No, there it is. 4 goals for Dylan Lacroix. Under 4.5 left to go. The Grizzlies trying to end their season with at least a couple more high notes in their individual play. Or rather, again, the individual plays that happen. They're still going to be working as a team here. As Joseph picked off. Fitzgerald heading out the other way. The defense leading to offense. Fitzgerald cutting in on Bremner. Fitzgerald stopped by Bremner. He's not going to quit either. You would expect nothing less from the netminder. He'll get square and he's going to fight through to the very end. Porter feeds that one back over to Mark Yingling. Haven't seen much of Cody Adamson in the late stages of this game as well. Yingling curling, shoots, he scores! Mark Yingling completes the hat trick. And a little bit of the Eagles celebration there as Mark Yingling and the Shooting Eagles continue to soar here in the late stages. As you see Mark Yingling, there it is, a little bit of the Eagle wing. And we'll see if he keeps that same swagger going into the championships starting on Wednesday. Johnson off of the face-off win. Sweeps it back across, 3:37 left to go. J.J. Milne back across to Corbett. The offense changing out onto the floor here as it comes across. 18-5 it again, and they're in the offensive zone. Lacroix passes to the near side. Yingling, survey says. He'll take the shot himself from a sharp angle, scooped up by Bremner. 3:12 left. Bremner looking up floor, finds Ben Musso. As Baker and Brunch will set up on the far wing, Musso brings it across the middle. 3:03. 19 on the clock for them to work with in the offensive zone. Ryan Smith tests from distance. Jeffrey gobbles it up. As Jeffrey plays it to Patrick Corbett, and up the near side wing for Doug Porter. Porter, 22 seconds on the clock, just leaves it one-handed for Richmond. Back over to Winter. Setting up. Players down below the goal lines, and Richmond going to be in the middle, trading places now with Corbett. 2:33 across to Winter. Winter feeds it down low. Richmond takes the shot wide of the goal, jumping up for the loose ball, couldn't bring it back down to earth as Doucette scoops this one up. One-on-one with Jeffrey. Doucette in. Jeffrey gets the save. As you saw the two of them posturing there, as they'll finally scoop it up. Reese Blake pushing Doucette out of the way. The defense leaving Doucette to take the opportunity with Jeffrey. They had all the faith in the world in their netminder. 2 minutes to go, near side wing, as they leave this one in the near corner. Curling up towards the point, 9 seconds on the shot clock. Now they come across again. Yingling the roller. As Bremner had that one underneath him, just trying to dig it out of the pads. 1:43 left to go now. 18-5 the score. Near wing, Aiden Baker guarded by Milne, forcing him to the outside. Baker trying to cut through the difference as Milne keeps him to the outside. Brunch up the middle, defers for Kask. Johnson on him, Brunch setting a back screen. Kask takes the shot, cuts through the middle. Jeffrey keeps things clean there as Jeffrey scoops it over to Milne. J.J. Milne will get it across the timeline. Lots of time in the shot clock here, about 20 seconds worth. As Corbett, 1:04 left in the game clock. Cruise control here for the Shooting Eagles. You don't want to get lackadaisical near the end of the game, lest you carry that over into the first game of the finals, as the shot by Bremner stopped. Skying through for the loose ball. Eagles unable to find it. Here's Doucette on the outlet feed. Doucette looking ahead. Baker, it's in behind him. Baker will get it off the wall though. 40 seconds left, trying to swim through Porter. Sakani Baker feeds it back up high as White. Final 30 seconds of this game. White tries from distance. Stopped by Jeffrey. Reese Young looking up the floor as they'll bring it across the timeline, and they've got the full 30 to work with, so they will just let the time ease off of this one. 10 seconds remaining. This one going to end with a score of 18-5. And the Shooting Eagles punch their ticket to defend their championship. They will meet the Blackfish in the 2024 Arenalacrosseleague West Finals. Bouquet and Jeffrey combined to only allow 5 goals. And on the other side, the offense goes absolutely fireworks. 18-5, the final score. Multiple goals on the, or multiple players on the side of the Shooting Eagles coming away with multi-goal games and hat tricks. Dylan Lacroix with 4. And then Spencer Bromley, Mark Yingling, and Cody Adamson all with hat tricks. Declan Fitzpatrick was all over the score sheet as well. This is a dangerous offensive team to be heading into the finals. And of course, they meet the Blackfish, who put up 19 of their own in a 19-6 game. So 2 teams with similar offensive outlooks